Holy moly, Char, look at this list of things that David has done and accomplished over the years that he sent us. Ah, greetings, Suncoast family, and especially you, Deacon David Phillips. Today we celebrate your remarkable giving to our church family and your time as a deacon. As I sat back and reflected on your many contributions to Suncoast, David, I don't think I really realized how many lives you've probably touched, both here at Suncoast and in the larger community. In so many ways, you have modeled the living Christ to so many people, and thank you for that. You know, you were one of our founding members, and you were here 20 years ago when Suncoast Cathedral was birthed, and I think like every good and proud family member, you've been involved pretty much in every major thing that's occurred since then. And I thank you for being that person and for jumping in with both feet. I think sometimes it wasn't clear whether you jumped in with both feet into water over your head, into a frying pan, or someplace else, but you did it. And your visible leadership capabilities were quite evident in so many ways, including having served as the vice moderator of our board on 2 separate occasions, having been the person during our mold challenge, led the way with our suing the insurance company, working with our attorney, our mold experts, as well as the Sarasota County staff. You were tenacious, and your passion made you, I think, the right person for the right job at the right time. As well, you were integral in several events during our time in the wilderness, as we call it, and you co-chaired a couple of teams, including the team that needed to figure out where were we going to go when we had to leave that big, monstrous, mold-filled building. And you all had the foresight and the vision to be able to say that we could take a dingy, disgusting, gross garage at the north end of the property and make it into something wonderful. And that you did. It was a beautiful, wonderful chapel that served for so many years not only as our physical home, but also as our spiritual home. You know, you also did work with us on the Let Us Arise and Rebuild campaign and the core rebuilding team, which were key pieces of what kept us going and brought us to the place we are today. But today we celebrate your years in the diaconate. And I remember in March 2002, your being installed as a deacon, and the joy of that day, the joy for you, the joy for Reverend Sherry, the joy for the people of Suncoast Cathedral, and those from the larger community. But most importantly, I remember how very, very proud that old curmudgeon Paul Hayes was of you. It was a wonderful sight. And I think you and your life were well defined by Paul and your 49 years together, and the impact that you both had on our community in demonstrating that love does endure. As part of your diaconate, your mission was to serve Suncoast as the face to our outward community, and you've done that with great aplomb, from working with diversity, the Voices of Sarasota, to also at youth, to your work with Equality Florida, and also as one of the members of the Gulf Coast Affirming Interfaith Network, where you were the voice and the face of Suncoast into the interfaith community. I think it was a great melding of your personal gifts and skills and what Suncoast Cathedral really needed at the time. In fact, David, these are just some of the ways that you've represented us into the larger community through your passion for social justice and social issues, and your desire to ensure that the voice of Suncoast Cathedral and of MCC itself was heard in the local community. You brought the global message of inclusivity from MCC to the local community. In fact, at the Dallas General Conference, you were recognized with the MCC Ambassadors Award for that. You know, David, the list of accomplishments is long, but I wanted to take a time now on a personal level to say how much you have touched both Charlene and my lives. I'm not sure many people know that if it weren't for you, we probably never would have made the second and pivotal visit to Suncoast Cathedral, from which all else is now history. Clearly when your friend Billy and our friend Billy said to us that we were going to go to his best friend's church and meet his best friend, and then told us we were going to go turn south on 75 and not north on 75, it became clear that God had a plan for us. So thank you for that, David. Today we join with everyone there gathered at Suncoast, as well as the cloud of witnesses who have gone before us, including Paul and Reverend Sherry, and so many others, in joining God and saying to you, well done, good and faithful servant. Amen.